15 best things to do in Liverpool. Every trip you make surely has a purpose. You must have in mind places to see and things to do. So when next are you planning to visit Liverpool? And for what reason? Whatever. There are some places you don't want to miss unless you really aren't interested in seeing the best of the city region. In this important trading metropolis and university town, which is also a financial centre, there are many handsome historic buildings alongside numerous gardens, theatres, museums and recreational facilities. In these attractive places, you'll find what to do in Liverpool in addition to what you have as your purpose for travelling. This video presents the 15 best things to do in Liverpool for your consideration. 15. Explore Royal Albert Dock. Located at the Colonnades, Royal Albert Dock is worth exploring. The superbly restored facility is the first of such in the UK to be built using only iron and bricks. In the past, cotton, tobacco and sugar were formerly being unloaded at the heart of this dock. This huge Victorian structure was built around an arcaded walkway, and their cast Tuscan columns once served as capstans for moored ships. Albert Dock is home to several first-rate attractions in Liverpool, as you will see later in this video. 14. Follow in the Beatles' footsteps. Many surely have the Beatles in mind as they contemplate Liverpool. Well, one of the 15 best things to do in Liverpool is to meet the Beatles, since it is their birthplace. Various tour options in the city offer visitors the opportunity to follow in the Beatles' footsteps, as they are often taken through famous tourist destinations such as Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. If you are still not convinced as to why exploring Albert Dock, the Beatles story gives you another reason. 13. Take a stroll in Pierhead. You have a lot of reasons to visit the Pierhead area of Liverpool, which include the famous traditional trio of harbour buildings. You can find the famous Beatles statue there, which you'll be so glad to have a selfie with. As you take a stroll in Pierhead, you'll also find the Titanic Memorial that commemorates the heroes in the engine room on the ill-fated luxury liner that sank in 1912. The Queen Victoria Monument and the Georgian Town Hall are located here. 12. Tour Ellesmere Port. Touring the National Waterways Museum is a must-do in Liverpool for any tourist. Located at South Pier Road on the banks of the Mersey and the Manchester Ship Canal, Ellesmere Port is home to the museum that includes indoor displays, remarkable boat trips and several historic Victorian-era buildings. The canal with its many wonderful locks is the big draw here. 11. Admire the art at Tate Liverpool. Still in Albert Dock is an acclaimed branch of the Tate Gallery named Tate Liverpool. It was established in 1988. Fortunately, the London Tate Gallery, established about a century earlier with a legacy from the sugar tycoon Sir Henry Tate, found space in the actual warehouses where unrefined sugar was stored. Exhibition halls and galleries on the ground floor of the Tate of the North, dedicated to contemporary art, will complete the story for you. 10. Explore the Royal Liver Building, the LRB. As you spend your time at Pierhead, take time to explore the Grade 1 listed Royal Liver Building, the LRB. Standing on the waterfront, it is known as the Three Graces. Does this remind you something about Pierhead? The 100-year-old building has 13 floors and is 98 metres high. While the LRB has offices and cafes, it is possible to tour its gigantic towers. There is an elevator up to the 10th floor. The determined tourists will have to tour the remaining 3 floors manually. 9. Visit Ashton Street. If you are an art lover visiting the city, one of the best things to do in Liverpool is to visit Ashton to check out the Victoria Gallery and Museum. You will find it in a spectacular red brick building on the campus of the University of Liverpool. Known locally as the V&M, the museum includes large collections of ceramics and sculptures, along with a wide array of paintings by great artists like Lucian Freud and J.M.W. Turner. 8. Peep into St George's Hall. St George's Hall is a sumptuously decorated great hall boasting one of the world's largest organs. To the rear of the building of the hall, often used for concerts, are the splendid St John's Gardens featuring statues of prominent Liverpudlians. Nearby is also Polytechnic Building, a part of an imposing group of Neo-Greek buildings including the William Brown Library, Hornby Library and the Picton Reading Rooms. There are other impressive historic buildings in the hall. 7. Tour the Walker Art Gallery. At William Brown Street, you will find the Walker Art Gallery, which boasts a rich collection of works by Flemish, Italian and French masters from the 14th century. Since we have agreed that you will peep at a thing on the street, can you also check masterpieces by Rubens, Rembrandt and Rodin? It is a display of English sculpture and painting, particularly of the 18th to 20th centuries. Walker Art Gallery is unrivaled outside London as it features works by Gainsborough, Hogarth and more. 6. Merseyside Maritime Museum. Here is not far from all these places we have taken you to. By adding a visit to this museum to your list, you can explore Liverpool's seafaring past. Merseyside Maritime Museum is home to numerous fascinating exhibitions telling the stories of myriads of emigrants who left Britain through the Mersey for North America. The museum also boasts a stunning collection of artifacts relating to seafaring in the city, stretching back in time as far as when it was established as a fishing port in the 1200s century. 5. Get smart at the World Museum. As you move in and around William Brown Street, you'll find another one of the best things to do in Liverpool. While museum hopping here, be sure to also get smart at the World Museum. You'll find here an intriguing account of how many men have impacted our world. You'll see among its most important collections materials relating to archaeology, ethnology and science with numerous artifacts on display. Graciously, there are accompanying explanations of the place of each of them in our world. 4. Take a trip to Croxteth Hall. This charming Edwardian mansion is on the outskirts of Liverpool. It's really worth taking the time to explore when visiting Liverpool. While there, you'll see countless rooms full of furniture and character figures symbolising both the wealthy owners and their staff. It'll be great to strike a pose on the stately central staircase. At the country park, your kids will have the chance to interact with its animals in a delightful Victorian walled garden and a 500-acre nature park with several pleasant walking trails. 3. Take the ferry to Birkenhead Park. If you can find the time to touch on Park Drive in Birkenhead, your best option is taking a ferry. Lying on the west side of Mersey, it's linked to Liverpool by tunnels and Mersey Ferry. The ruins of a 12th century Benedictine abbey can be found near the tunnel. Birkenhead Park, opened in 1847, is the first publicly funded park in Britain. Notable features of this park include its 3 entrances exuding Gothic, Italianate and Norman architecture, plus its 2 lakes and an ornate bridge. 2. See a game at Anfield Stadium. What are you going to do at Anfield Stadium? We guess the answer is obvious. When you think of Liverpool, you immediately think of not only the Beatles, but also Liverpool FC. The club and their famous Anfield Stadium, one of the country's largest, are probably the only thing some people outside Britain know about the city. Now, imagine you visiting the city without seeing a game, or at least a training session at the stadium. Even if you're unable to see football action, exploring its variety of tour options will surely increase your respect for English football. 1. And head over to Goodison Park. To avoid being partial, would it not be good to do the same thing you did to Liverpool FC to Everton FC? That's the reason you must see Goodison Park, the home of Everton. Even if you are no fan of either, you can see in both stadium exhibits such as artifacts and memorabilia from both clubs' history, displays of awards and trophies, and plenty of fun facts about players, current and past. You may also get a peek into dressing rooms for the home and visiting teams. You could also pass through the players' tunnel leading to the pitch. Please let's continue the discussion in the comments section by telling us what you consider the best things to do in Liverpool, from this list or out of this world. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.